What's going on, guys? It's Mike for SimRacing604. Today we are going to be talking about Assetto Corsa Competizione's Early Access Build 2. So we're going to basically divide this into three sections. One, my impressions of Build 1. Two, what we know we're getting as part of Build 2, and the third section will be what I could hope for in Build 2. So first and foremost, my thoughts on Build 1. Overall, pretty awesome. I'm very impressed with it so far. Graphically, it looks amazing. I would consider it in my top 3 racing games, alongside Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo Sport. Think, you could rank those in whatever order, but I put it up there in my top 3 for sure. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, and in terms of the sounds, well, it sounds amazing. If you look up onboard footage of real-life Huracan GT3 and compare it to ACC's Huracan GT3, they absolutely crushed it. They seem to get everything right. And then the AI also, we don't have multiplayer, so we're really dependent on the AI, and it wasn't a disappointment. There's some funny things, of course, as there is with all AI. I've found that there was some braking in funny spots and things like that, but overall very well behaved and seemed to really respect what I was doing on the track. The night and rain effects, also very good. Of course, as part of base content, we did not have night effects, rain effects as part of the original Assetto Corsa. So Kunos took that on, and I think they did a really good job. The night looks great. The rain is challenging, but fair. And overall, nicely done. So really a great sim so far. It's so early. So hard to tell exactly what the final product will be, but overall very, very good, and lots of positive things to build on. So what are we going to get in Build 2? Well, in terms of content, we're going to get the Bentley Continental GT, which is kind of cool because it's what I've found so far in racing the R Factor 2 version is that it has a tendency to oversteer. I think most of us were trying to tune out some understeer with the Huracan GT3, but with the Continental we should have the inverse problem, so I'll be curious to see how ACC's physics handle that. And then we'll also get the Misano World Circuit, which most of you probably won't be that familiar with. It's not a big name circuit. It's not like, this Nurburgring. It's not like Spa or Monza or something like that. It's a somewhat lesser known track, and we did not have it as official content in AC. There was a mod version, but as far as I can tell, it hasn't been updated since about 2016. So again, Misano will be new territory for a lot of us. And the big news, of course, with this update is going to be the VR. Yes, VR, yes, buy. So we finally, well, I shouldn't say finally, but we do get VR added in already Build 2, and it's going to be awesome. I have a feeling it's going to be really awesome. Now, which headsets will be supported, who knows? And it's hard to tell how far they'll go with the VR. Maybe they'll have super sampling enabled, maybe not, but we will get some level of VR in just a few days, and I think that's going to be a really great addition to such a great looking and great sounding game. We will also have pit stops. We're going to get pit stops. Hasn't really been a need for it so far, but we are going to get basic pit stops. So presumably basic means fuel and tires, I hope. Will we be able to change compounds? Who knows? Who knows what we'll get, but we'll at least get a chance to duck into the pits. And again, probably fuel and tires. We'll see how that goes. And then the last feature will be the Super Pole, the addition of Super Pole. So some of you may not be familiar with Super Pole. I had to look it up myself. Basically, it's a way of them ranking the top 10 rows in a race. So they go through qualifying. There's multiple qualifying sessions, and then the top 20 qualifiers go into the Super Pole round, which is an outlap, 2 timed laps, and an in-lap, and they go out in reverse order. So the 20th best time goes out first, and then 1 minute behind that person goes the 19th fastest, and then the 18th fastest a minute after him, and so on and so on. And then your best of the timed laps ranks you in the top 10 rows. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And we will also get performance rating and safety rating. So you're going to start to, will you get to build it? Who knows? Kunos has been very open, saying you might not get to hold on to your rating into the full version of the game, so don't get too attached to your rating, but at least we'll get to see what they expect of us. So performance and safety rating also coming. Now, my wish list, and I'll preface this by saying it's early access. It's a lot to ask any developer to sort of meet the wishes of the community when it's still so early in development. But there are some things that I think could really enhance the experience of what we've got so far. First and foremost, the flags. We're seeing a lot of yellow flags in the Build 1 version. It just seems like there's a bunch of phantom yellow flags, and as much as I like seeing the actual flag person out there waving a yellow flag, which is a cool thing, they come too often, so hopefully they can tweak what constitutes a yellow flag situation and get that resolved. Also, something to note with Misano: if you've seen any race footage of Misano, drivers are really aggressive with the curbs. They put 4 wheels up on the curbs all the time, so if we're starting to build safety and performance rating, hopefully that's not going to adversely affect us. So I hope the track limits at Misano are somewhat relaxed and allow us to put 4 wheels up on the curb if we need to. I would also like to see some force feedback tweaks. Now, force feedback, I actually like it through my AccuForce. I know some of you with OSWs didn't like it so much, and depending on the wheel, it seemed you had a very mixed reaction to the force feedback in ACC, but generally positive, I would say. But it would be nice to get some sort of tweaks to that. I'm not expecting it to be fully fleshed out at this point, but it'd be nice to at least adjust the tone or something like that. Just a couple more sliders to help us customize the force feedback. And the setups, I'd like to see the menu where we change our setup. I'd like to see that changed a bit. It's hard to tell even what setup you have loaded, so just some minor tweaks to that. Some more variety in the opposition would be great. So currently I think we only have the Lambo, the Audi, and the Ferrari that we're racing against, but we've seen the, for example, GTR, GT3 quite far back, quite early in development. It would be nice to see it, although it's not going to be drivable, of course. It would just be a little bit nice to see a bit more competition out there, a few different cars, but who knows where they're at with development of that. So again, that just falls under the wish list. A photo mode would be great. Such a beautiful looking game. It would be nice to see a photo mode with free cam. I think that would be absolutely awesome. And a replay save for guys like me who are doing content creation. It would be really cool to have a replay save and be able to go back, but we'll see. So again, guys, this is just a wish list, and I'm not really expecting Kunos to go too far out of their way to get every feature online. They're going to focus on making the game as good as they can, but I just thought I would offer some feedback. So I'm looking forward to this, guys. VR is going to be a big one, of course, for those of us running VR. The Continental, we'll see how the oversteer physics do, and yeah, it's just going to be cool. So just a few more days to wait, and should be a good one. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Drop it in the comments. Let me know, are you looking forward to Build 2? If so, what specifically? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.